You know what? Let me say something real quick on this topic too. Dating single moms. Listen, I love. It's two demographics of women that I genuinely really love: single moms and whores. I
And it's
love I love single moms and I love whores. I give all the pushback in the world when people talk crazy about those two demographics. Because because as it was mentioned earlier, is somebody made the statement about how trauma causes your brain to rewire itself.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was doing a documentary called I Seen Your Little Experience. And I interviewed 8 women so far. I want to start interviewing men now, but I want to get to the women first. And this is why I'm making an argument against these things that we complain about women being innate. Because when I'm talking to them, when they're little girls, they're just little girls. They don't hate men. They don't view the world with all this negativity. They're just one of the kids, right? They're just another kid running around on the monkey bars, tumbling and doing double dutch and all of that. But then something happens. And I found this in at least 7 of the women that I interviewed. And it's called puberty, right? I'm serious. The moment that they develop boobs and the moment that they start bleeding, things change for them in their lives, even the way that they view the world. I've had these women tell me how the men in their lives hug them differently now. Now they got a little bit boobs, me hugging them tighter and pulling them closer. Now the boys, instead of just running around and pushing them like they was just another one of the boys, now they want to grab and touch and feel in a certain way. It changes, right? And I think from that point on, and a lot of these women had this was happening to them at 10 and 11, right? 10 and 11. So now this is going to change how you view the world, right? And the opposite sex completely when you start to understand that every man in your life, except for maybe your father, is looking at you in this other way and have this sort of desire about you. It's going to be difficult for you not to become a prostitute.
What?
It's going to be difficult because you know that every man wants this particular thing from you. How can you not see it as a prize? How can you not see it as this valuable thing that needs to be rented or leased? I can't, if I just give it to everybody, they're going to call me a hoe. Right. So now I got to set this standard for myself. And that's absolutely going to be a financial standard. Right. What else do you have to offer me? Right. So it's like I'm trying to be empathetic and graceful to the position that women take based on their experience. And I think we have to lend that to single moms and whores the most.
And I wanna comment on that because that's very, very true, because that's something my mom actually had to teach me about when I was in 5th grade, to make sure I watch how men are trying to hug me, because I've always been really tiny, and I could tell a difference once I started to develop. To certain men that were even supposed to be close to the family.
Right.
You have to be very, very cautious. And I had other friends I grew up with that their parents didn't have a conversation, and I had to teach them and tell them, because they were just completely oblivious to it. And I think
even
it
sitting on laps,
even
sitting on laps and stuff like that. That was all.
Oh yeah.
Yep, sitting on laps, and it gets.
I got you. Hold on, I got your response.
It gets to a point to where when you become over sexualized to a point, it does steer you in a different direction. And if you do not have a solid foundation, which most of us don't, on how to handle that, you will easily go down that path in some way, some form, whether you're young and you're or you're older. It's gonna find you.
So it'll be a solid father that girl needs in order to know what direction she needs to go into.
And shit, this is what your face said, man.
But even with the father, because just touching on children and stuff, I love this topic. I'm glad Beans is on here. Just touching on that, even when a father and stuff like that is in a home, you have a 2-parent household, regardless of the fact, children become rebellious at a certain point, especially when you get those emotions and feelings that are involved. Just like I gave that story earlier when I was in high school and that man with all them tattoos was there. My mom would look me on the face and, "Don't you do that." That man was fine. So I'm young. I'm out of high school. I'm like, "What's up?" Like, I want to see what's going on. So, fathers and stuff like that, it makes a difference, but you do get to a point to where you begin to make those own choices, and that's where accountability comes in, whether you're young or not. But yeah, I think it gets to that point.
Yo, Chaotic, I'm looking at your facial expressions. What's going on, man?
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah, I mean, to each his own, but
Yeah.
it's not for me, man. I got married a few years ago, man, but I was never big on single moms. Hell no. I mean, let me just run it down for a minute. First of all, man, Jesus Christ, you guys really want me to talk about this?
Yeah, because we also I want you guys to touch on as well. We also were saying that it was saying earlier that single moms are easier to basically get with and sleep with them. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, but well, first of all, I'm under 6 foot, so I was I don't know, man. Like a one night thing, which I did a lot of those. I'm at Taco Bell 2 a.m. Can I come over? Something like that, drunk. But being with a single mom, no. Because one of those kids, the moment they get mad at you, they're lying. I was a teacher. Kids are liars. Kids are lying. And some nigga come killing my ass. Nah, I was always thinking about that. Some big nigga can we say nigga over here, grown man talking?
Go.
Okay, so some nigga get the what's up, man? My daughter, my son said that. I was always thinking about stuff like that in the back of my head about dating single moms, because I had a lot of I may look like a Ninja Turtle in the face, man, but I got a lot of coochie when I was younger.
Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, I got a lot of, because I was short. So I had shit, right? I look so and I had a lot of single moms used to And always in the back of my head, some nigga, some crazy nigga, get mad about something. So I always had that in the back of my head. Number 2 is, it's just the thought of like, she's here, he's here, and I'm like, how did this thing get here? And I think about.
Like
the kid. So in the back of my head, I'm thinking she had sex before to get this kid. Some dude was tearing it up in the bedroom, and so these thoughts are always, it's like an insecurity or something. I'm like, it's a lot of that because now I'm thinking, damn. I'm treating her like a chick who doesn't have kids. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure she had sex before, but that kid is a constant reminder. So should I do the same thing? Should I spend $150 at the steakhouse on her? No. And then number 3 is a liability, man. It goes back to the guy. It goes back to the father again. A lot of these dudes, they do want to be in the kid's life, and a lot of, I just never wanted to get into the middle of child custody disputes. Man, you gotta leave. She wants you to leave. I'm under 6 feet again, so I don't want to be that dude. One of the fathers come and want the kid, and all these custody disputes that end bad, and I'm out there trying to break it up, and nigga get to shooting at me or trying to. I'm too much of a. I'm scared, man. Oh hell no!
Chaotic Truth was in there busting down the baby mama's like.
Not me. Nah, hell no.
But you know what, though? But you know what? I want to say this too before we got too far away from it about the fathers, because quite often in this space, I hear so many people say the father is the answer. The father is the answer, right? Specifically to the woes that men have about women. But this is problematic as well, because I don't think people really look at this in totality. What we are listening to quite often now, 2 things. One, that a lot of women who had their father, guess what their fathers are telling them? Stay away from men.
Stay away from men.
And then
get them from men.
College, this and that. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. They're kind of pushing them into that fear-mongering idea of men. And then also, the other thing is that what about the preacher's daughter?
What about him?
Right? Like
swallowed up.
I'm just saying, like
swallowed.
They had their fathers. They had their fathers, and somehow they still ended up being very, very promiscuous for some reason.
Can I answer that question?
It's definitely a type of father.
It's a certain type of.
Get ready.
There's a certain type of man.
Oh,
look, it's a certain type of man that needs to be in the daughter's life. And y'all know that. And truth be told, what a lot of folks don't want to say, it's like that elephant in the room. Mom is off limits. No matter how she groomed you, ladies. Look, truth be told, your mama groomed you to be with the dudes you were with. Your mama groomed you to be with the Dusties, or she groomed you to be with the successful man. She groomed you to be that way. But don't nobody want to touch mama. Mama is off limits. We want to talk to daddy, the preachers, and all this stuff. Man, listen.
Beans, you know I don't really talk about these topics on my show, but I get it. You got some chicks who come from nuclear families that, that some of the girls, they start rebelling. But remember, and that girl still has a foundation and a core. A lot of girls that I had in my life, and I'm pretty sure you guys have experienced this, who were crazy and out of control, came from broken homes, single parent homes. So that girl still came from a nuclear family, that preacher's daughter or whatever. So she,
well, yes, what we see chaotic is this is what I'm saying. You see the measure of worldly success, right? They grew up with their mom and their dad, and you see the measure of success. But we keep trying to tell them that we're not measuring them by their worldly success, that we're measuring them by their ability to get and maintain a man and a husband and a family and the White House with the picket fence and the good credit and all these different things, right? All of these things that we tell them that we measure them by, they're not necessarily getting that even when they have a relationship with their father.
Yeah, you already know me. A female's rarely success. I mean, unless your rarely success is knowing what kind of broom and mop you're about to use. What are you talking about? What kind of apron you have? No, I mean that's a woman's rarely success. I mean, it's not her degrees. Beans. So many females will lead off on their education, and I have to tell them, sweetheart, I'm a man. I don't care about you going to school and what sorority you're in. But anyway, go ahead, Beans.
Hey, Don Moore up there. She up there like.
But why is a woman being why is a woman's education something that's like not important? Because if she was uneducated, then we'll say get out of here, go read a book.
No.
To an extent.
Well, you want to answer it? Let me answer it. Listen, I get it. But when things hit the fan, women will go back to being domestic, period. The fact of the matter is that your education should be domestication, taking care of the household, taking care of children. Oh, there's so much beauty in that. Telling me that you have a PhD in psychoanalytic psychology and you studied under this professor. No, man, it's like to me, it's like, oh God,
but I think that
wash
would be
some dishes or something. Go ahead.
I think that would be kind of limiting, which we talked about before on the show in the past. It's kind of like, the value of a woman. That is undeniable. The value that a woman has as far as bringing kids into the house, into the world, and taking care of a household, being a wife. Those things are very, very valuable that only women can do, right? Not saying that y'all can't cook and clean, but we be in the kitchen. But anyways, I just think it's kind of like a downplay when a woman is educated, because that's an accomplishment. We don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of black people. As like I said, I go back to the generation that is upcoming right now. Half of them can't even read. Kids are in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, can't put a sentence together. Don't know how to find the subject in a sentence. They don't know what a noun is. So it would be just as disgusting if a woman didn't have an education. If just as disgusting if she don't know how to take care of her household, because if you don't know how to articulate yourself and be business minded or just intelligent, that's a problem. And we need more of those women within our community to stand up and lead in that manner as far as education, because the black community, we are declining in that. The generation that's coming up, they can't read nothing.
But the degrees don't necessarily mean that you are educated, and it's not the education that's valuable to us for a family. Mm-hmm. Now, would it help that your wife knows how to teach your kids? Let's say you want your kids to be homeschooled. Awesome. My wife could do that. But you don't need 5 degrees for that. You don't need to study under whatever at Harvard for that, right? That's not what's going to be conducive to the family. So when women are going out there putting that education above it all, mind you, it takes 5 to 10 years sometimes to get these degrees. Mm-hmm. Who's going to pay it off? Mm-hmm. So after you get pregnant and you can't even go to work, who's going to pay those degrees off? Me.
Yeah.
So why would your degree be important to me?
Especially a communications degree.
That's a good argument.
Look, let me step in here. Let me just be honest. Your education it's nothing, truth be told. And then the problem that a lot of us guys have to deal with is this, especially our sisters, when they go through this education system, they come out indoctrinated with some dumbass shit. Dumb as hell.
That.
They come out sounding like they can't stand men.
The basketball degrees.
Look, let me just keep it a buck. You have a lot of that. Look at the schooling system right now. They are hitting people with some of the most outlandish lies ever. And this is in our education system. You think I give a damn? You think I give a damn about your master's degree? Hear it again. You got it from that man, and that man is your master. You think I give a damn about that? Because none of your degrees add any value to what I'm doing or what I'm trying to build. If truth, if I'm going to tell the truth, a lot of them come out there as a damn liability. That's why a lot of dudes are looking at y'all with those degrees hanging up on your wall. You're like, yeah, I ain't even going to do the easy layup. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I understand what you guys are saying as far as it not technically impacting your life as far as her education and stuff like that. But I'm just saying the fact of the matter is that it is still something that is important that should be along the table with you being able to cook and clean. You need to be educated. You need to know something. And going back to what Chill was saying is like they come back, you said indoctrinated. That's what's happened. That's my point. Gen Z is coming up, defining their own morals and values. A lot of these schools and some of these HBCUs are teaching that pro-black crap, and I mean it goes back to a lot of that feminism stuff of thinking that you don't need a man and you can do this and it's a mixture of stuff that's overtaking our generation, which is why it's important we need to be educated as well to see how we're being targeted in a negative manner when it does come to education.
You said schools are teaching pro-black stuff.
What I mean is
please show me, because the last time I checked, they sit up here trying to get everything out of the school system that is remotely close to Black history. So
I'm so chill.
That's predominantly white institutions.
High school, yeah. She's talking HBCUs.
HBCUs is all black.
HBCUs,
yeah, so
teaching that. They look.
Wait, hold on. I'll be back. If y'all don't mind, I'll be back on camera 1 second. But I did want to just say this really quickly, right? Because my mom graduated from high school right after she had me, right? And she did all right for herself. She was working in the bank, working on the trade floor, right? My mom was never broke. My mom has always been the go-to woman, right? Oh, somebody need $5,000, they come into my mom for it. And she did that with a high school diploma, right? But what she started realizing was it was the kids that was coming in from college into the bank, because she used to work for First National, which was co-opted by Chase. What she noticed was they were making more money than her coming in. And she said, her boss told her, well, that's because they're educated. So their degrees offers them more money, right? So she went back to school. She got, associates, bachelor's, master's, another master's, right? Another master's, right? She got special ed degrees, all these different degrees. But guess what, sis? Up until last year, my mama didn't know what the S&P 500 was. She didn't know what an index fund was. But this is what I'm saying. She had degrees and worked in a bank and didn't know what an index fund was. This is why those degrees are worthless, right? Because they don't necessarily benefit the family.
Right. Family or life skills even.
Yeah.
Right. They might benefit you as far as your view of the world and having an understanding of the world. But like the brother said, I think it is a lot of indoctrination that come out of those schools.
Yeah.
Most of these super toxic, angry, bitter feminists, like the real feminists, walking around with the black makeup and the black sweatshirts and fist bumping with white women. They coming out of college. They coming out of that indoctrination from the schools, and they think that woe is me, and they still think it's a wage gap, right? And all of these other things. And I think that's why for men, that's why the men are saying that the degree isn't necessary. I'm not choosing you for your degree, so you can't necessarily use it against me when we're having an argument about something. You can't throw it in my face that I'm educated. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's dumb. That's what is